Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness is right around the corner. The film has had so many ups and downs since it started development right after the first film came out. And now the director Sam Raimi offers up a quote that's worrying everybody. As he told Variety, he's unsure if the film is currently finished or if they have enough time to find things and refine them. So from what we understand, the reshoots for Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness just recently wrapped up. They were 6 to 8 weeks, reportedly, meaning 2 months. That's almost an entire film worth of shooting in some scenarios, which is absolutely insane. So Variety recently got to talk to Sam Raimi, and they published an interesting piece out there in regards to everything he's talking about. And they ask him whether the film is currently finished once they wrapped everything up, and are they in the final stages, or is it even maybe complete? Because we see some films are actually complete like a month or 2 or 3 before they actually hit the theaters. And the update is rather worrying for many reasons, I would say, and I could see why people are freaking out. So he said, and I quote, "I wish I knew the answer to that question. I think we're done. But we just cut everything. We just starting to test the picture, and we'll find out if there's anything that's going to be picked up. If something's unclear or other improvements I can make in this short amount of time left, I'll do it. One thing I know about the Marvel team is that they won't stop. They'll keep pushing it until it's close to being great as it could." End quote. So first and foremost, I want you to take note of how he said they just began testing it. This means that insiders and scoopers are about to report that test audiences are being shown the film because that's what they're going to do, because he just confirmed it, but they're going to say they know. Second up, the update here is a little worrying, somewhat. So first and foremost, this goes off the back of Benedict Cumberbatch saying, guys, I'm not even sure if this is a Doctor Strange film, really. I mean, there's a lot of cameos and Easter eggs and things, so wait and see. That was worrying. This is another one of those small causes for concern, but Marvel Studios typically is working on the film on a very tight schedule. Like, we are talking about cutting it close. There's been instances where the film is still being edited 3 weeks out. The original Avengers falls into this category, and that turned out great. There's other instances as well. The original Doctor Strange, that was going through, like literally till the last minute. As far back as they could push it before the first screening, they were working on that thing. So this isn't anything new. I think the worry here, though, is that we keep hearing so many things that kind of hint towards maybe a problem production that's bigger than we know, because the film has very publicly had a very troubled production, from multiple shutdowns to things just being, constantly talked about in a negative light in regards to the former director, the new director, constant cameos, constant, having to scrap things, what the actors have said. It's just been all over the place. And I think people are more worried about this film because there's so much that hinges on the multi and all these characters and cameos and things it's supposed to set up, that's legitimately worrying people. Because many people are still now looking at the pattern that was set by the Eternals, where they were saying the same thing. They were talking about, oh, we're still cutting the film very close. No, don't worry that it's been delayed 1.5 years or 2 years in one instance. Was it 2 years? 2019? I can't remember. Either way, though, it was delayed for more than a year. And people were like, wow, if the film was ready originally and they just had it sitting there, well, it must be great. And then they're like, actually, we kept editing this thing to get a final cut of the film. And many people didn't like the final cut. So I think that's a factor in this as well. And look, there's so many different things here that I could see why people are worried. But Sam Raimi is a super talented director. And I hope, I really do, that this thing doesn't end up being a new Eternals where it's, divisive among critics and fans. I hope that this is truly something that's amazing. But again, we've heard so many things that I see the cause for concern that people have, and I don't blame you if you have that concern, because, again, Marvel Studios has shown that they can take a hit in quality. Again, despite what I thought about Eternals, and that I don't think it's the worst thing ever, it's not my favorite, and I know many people hate it. So, It is a thing, and I think we do have to be kind of careful now whether you just trust Marvel or not on everything. When you hear things like this, specifically officially from the director to Variety, that's a little cause for concern.